We've put a lot of work into a southeast Iowa farm over the last few years, and that's where we're going to be primarily spending our time. We have a few good trail cam pictures of bucks, and we're looking forward to more showing up as September continues.
And we're out here on a new property to us this year, and hopefully we can get both these boys out here beginning of the year and see if we can be successful.
This fall definitely proves to be something exciting as we head into October 1st. So,
one of the things I love most about this sport and the outdoors is just doing it with family. We have this family tree of hunters.
I think 2020 is going to be a great year, and I'm super excited to see how the season progresses.
Two frogs? Let's see. Let's see them.
I got 2 more frogs.
Wanted to check on the food plot. I thought I was seeing some green in the trail cam photos, but wasn't sure. They've only received the rain that came with the derecho, and it's doing okay. So far this year, really, I planted corn way back in April, and the corn really didn't turn out to be the greatest plot this year. The ears are just super short. Caleb and I actually tilled up this area in front of the blind, and then a strip that actually leads down to the blind. We'll see what happens, I guess. It's been a really dry fall. Some good bucks are starting to show up, and we'll talk to you about our hit list next week.
well, it's September 7th, and just out here with the boys shooting a little bit. Mannix has a Hoyt fire shot that he's been using and tuning in, and we hope to have him hunting the youth season here in a couple weeks. Brooks is still waiting on his Hoyt fire shot, so we have him just a youth bow that we set up for him, and so we're looking forward to getting that baby set up for him here too. He'll be using the muzzleloader here in a couple weeks, and so that'll be our plan as far as the beginning part of the season, is to get these guys out there, one with muzzleloader, one with the bow, and see if we can't get Mannix's first bow buck and Brooks's second deer ever. So really want to talk to you about a couple different bucks that have shown back up here this year. Yeah, we're super excited about a couple of them, but the first one is definitely Split G2. He showed up a couple days ago, and it was definitely him, and he's back in full force. He's probably going to be pushing that 170 mark, and so Caleb and I are super excited to head back after him. He's really on the south side of the farm, and he really inhabits the same area as Split G3 did last year. Had a couple encounters with him on the hoof, and I'm super excited to see him back again. Another deer that we nicknamed Split G2.0, we're just going to call him 2.0 this year. He's back as well. He's got a big split on his G2, but also that splits again. So super excited about what he's gonna where he's gonna inhabit as well. He's similar to Split G2 as well. Broken Beam is back again, and Broken Beam is down on the food plot, but will really inhabit himself kind of all over the farm. We don't know any patterns to him whatsoever. We just get him to show up on camera, and so we're looking forward to hopefully just getting eyes on him in the first place. The other one is a buck that's been showing up called Scotty, Beam Me Up Scotty. He's got a beam that comes up straight up out of his head like a unicorn, and I think it'd be a great buck for Mannix to take. He's been showing up around the food plot. I don't know who he is or where he came from, but he's been kind of showing up a little bit and inhabiting that east end of the farm. One deer that doesn't show up till late October or mid-October is the wide 3, and hopefully I can bring you some more footage of him in episodes to come and when his trail cameras do show up, because he should be a pretty impressive deer. But all those deer that we're talking about are 4.5 or older, we believe, and so they're on the hit list, and this fall definitely proves to be something exciting as we head into October 1st. So, but first is youth season, and so hopefully we can get the youth out there, give them some good encounters, and hopefully put something on the ground. So thanks for watching Outreach Outdoors with Midwest Whitetail.
This will be my 25th year bow hunting deer here in Iowa. And with September officially here, I have a few things left to do before the season starts. Here in a couple of weeks, youth season will begin. I'm looking forward to taking my 9-year-old son Elliot out. We went out last year, made a lot of awesome memories, got a great deer, and I'm looking forward to making some more here in a couple of weeks. I'm also excited to spend some time in a tree with my good friend Matt. We started filming together about 15 years ago and have some great memories in the Iowa deer woods. He took a break from filming hunts, but is excited to get back in the game this year, so I'm looking forward to season rolling around so I can partner back up with him. We've put a lot of work into a southeast Iowa farm over the last few years, and that's where we're going to be primarily spending our time. We have a few good trail cam pictures of bucks, and we're looking forward to more showing up as September continues to roll on.
Well, it is exactly 3 weeks from opening youth season here in Iowa, and so I got the boys out here, Walker and Tucker, with me, and we just got some things we're going to do down here on the farm today. We've been kind of scouting this property. It's a new property for us this year, so I'm excited to hunt this property. And just get out here for the first time. This property actually is in WRP, so there's some water that's dammed up, and so the water kind of funnels the deer in different directions, and we have a bean field up this direction, so a lot of the deer actually bed all back in these willow trees and in the CRP and everything. So I guess we're gonna get to work and hang some stands. Well, welcome to Midwest Whitetail Outreach Outdoors, a new season for us, and super excited to be out here today. I have Walker with me and Tucker with me, and we're out here on a new property to us this year, and we're standing in a food plot that planted earlier this year, and we planted half of it into a clover, a plowed down clover, and then we planted half of it into beans, and the clover came in pretty good. That's through frigid forage, and then the beans just didn't come very well. The deer ate them. We didn't put up a electric fence like I knew I should have, and I was told by other members of Outreach Outdoors to do that. And the reason we're out here is we came out and hung some deer stands up for the boys to be able to come out here for youth season. That's our first goal, is to get them out. We just really enjoy coming out here together, being out here together, and learning together, spending time together. So if you followed us at all last year, Tucker shot his first buck during youth season, and I had Walker out here all year out in the woods with me, and unfortunately he wasn't able to harvest a deer, but we had a lot of fun and made some good memories. Super proud of his efforts and his determination. He was out there with a broken leg and had a lot of opportunities, just weren't able to connect. So hopefully we can get both these boys out here beginning of the year and see if we can be successful. But super excited for a new season to start, and I hope you guys enjoy watching us this year, and I hope you enjoy following along with us. So thank you for watching Outreach Outdoors on Midwest Whitetail.
Hey folks, Ryan Graydon with Midwest Whitetails and Outreach Outdoors, and well, here we are. It's the beginning of the season. This summer, the Graydon family spent a lot of time just working on food plots. Got some early spring planting done because we had time with the pandemic. Just kind of opened up our schedules, so most seasons I'm kind of getting things in late. This year we got it in on time. Only to get things growing and then be hit with a drought. One of the things I love most about this sport and the outdoors is just doing it with family. The hunting heritage in my family goes back 3-4 generations now. It started with my great-grandfather, who was a Missouri River rat. Did a lot of fishing and hunting back in the early 1900s. That was passed on to my grandfather, who loved the outdoors, spent a lot of time in the outdoors. He wasn't the most successful hunter, but for him the hunt was more than the chase, it was the fellowship. And that passion was passed on to his 2 sons, one of them being my father. And he spent a lot of time hunting with his brother, his dad, and family and friends, and that was passed on to me when I was young. And when I had 4 daughters, I didn't know if that heritage would pass on, but I was so blessed that they had the same passion to go into the outdoors like their daddy. So now we have this family tree of hunters, and we can trace it back many years, and it's continuing on, you know. So despite all the frustrations and the things that you prepare for and don't come to fruit, we still have family, and that's been kind of the biggest blessing about hunting for us. So hopefully this season you'll see that we as a family do a lot of things together. You know, we did the spring planting together. We're doing the prep together. My dad and I came out and hung stands and cameras, and we practiced together. You'll see us shooting, preparing for the season together, and then finally you'll see us hunting together. And so that's where we're at. Got 5 cameras that we're going to check on. We're going to see if some of our bucks are still around, see if there's any new deer that we can put on the hit list, and hopefully make a game plan here soon. The youth season, the Iowa youth season, starts in a couple weeks, and 3 of my 4 daughters will be hunting that youth season. The oldest will be hunting the early muzzleloader season here in Iowa. So Dad is now the guide, and we have a lot to prep for. So why don't you come with me, see what we find on our cameras. Well guys, we just processed all this footage, went through about 3,000 pictures, and I typically just pull those pictures of the bucks out, but already there's 3 deer that I'm unfamiliar with. Again, I'll have to go back and look at those pictures, because there's sometimes when they come from a 2.5 to a 3.5-year-old boy, there's a lot of change, there's a lot of length, there's a lot of growth. So you kind of just look at the pattern of those antlers to see who they were. But we'll wrap that up here. We'll continue to bring you along in the season here, and watch the Graydons as we hunt as a family through the weeks to come, and hopefully we'll bring you some great footage of some fantastic memories as a family. So thanks for being with us. This is Ryan Graydon with Midwest Whitetails and Outreach Outdoors.
Hey guys, I'm Adam Reeder with Outreach Outdoors and Midwest Whitetail. I'm here today to discuss some of my 2020 whitetail season plans. I'm hunting in Michigan, primarily Ottawa County is where most of my properties are. Currently I'm at my grandparents' property, and they have a 15-acre hayfield adjoining a large bean field. I have permission to hunt the neighbor's bean field, and I also have a stand hung on the hayfield. There's been a bunch of does showing up on trail cameras. Haven't even gotten a picture of a buck yet, which is strange for this property. We usually don't see a ton of large bucks. I really like to come here and try and shoot a doe early season, and I also do the same thing in late season. Second property that I'll be hunting is, I call it the River Bottom property. I had a large 8-point there show up in November last year, and I'm hoping he comes back this year. Never could close the deal on him last year, so he should be a stud this year. really excited, looking forward to that. I had a few other bucks that were up and comers, very high potential for those as well. That property I will be hunting pretty heavily this year. I try to keep pressure off of my 15-acre lease. It's small, and I have a food plot on there, and I have a north stand and a south stand. I shot my 8-point last year off of that property, my lease, and I try and keep pressure out of there until November. But this year might be a little bit different. My food plot came in pretty nice. Spread some fertilizer last week, and I've been having a bunch of 3.5, 4.5-year-old bucks, definitely shooters for me, and several, I think 4 different 8-points on camera, as well as a buck that I call Lucky, and 6.5 years old, mature 6-point, and he's only a 6. He's been a 6 for the last 3 years, and I've been watching him grow up. He got wounded twice when he was younger, and that's why I call him Lucky. I'm really hoping that this year is the year to connect on him. Also, on another note, for the first time in 5 years, I drew a doe tag for my cabin up in Osceola County. I'm really excited to try and go up there on some public land and shoot a doe, as well as I have cameras running up there and several spots that I take my climber and I mobile hunt the public land up there. It's always a great time. Love to be up there with my buddies, and I think 2020 is going to be a great year, and I'm super excited to see how the season progresses.